Welcome to the Emajin Golf Podcast Beyond the 19th. I'm your host Raj Narayan. Rebecca, we've known each other only for about 6 months. Feels like 6 years, or maybe even 20 years. I feel like I've known you forever. Maybe because we're both Gemini, we get along, we got the mind melt. Absolutely. But look, I just want to say it's so fantastic to have you as an Emajin member. So fantastic to have you, get to know you and play some golf with you. And now to have you on the podcast. Welcome.
Thank you, Raj. It's very exciting to be here with you, just talking to you and just sharing all the experiences with you.
Fabulous. Look, I feel like I've known you forever. However, I've not known you for that long. So let me learn a bit more and tell us a bit more about Rebeca Bern, the early days. Where do you come from, and what did you study in your early days? Tell us a bit more about you.
Absolutely. So I am originally from São Paulo, Brazil. Mm-hmm. I came here to Australia 10 years ago. My background is Italian with Brazilian, obviously. And I started studying marketing since I was probably like in my early stages in uni. Mm-hmm. And I always had this passion for social media, graphic design. And even though it wasn't my dream job to be working with digital marketing and graphic design and branding, I've always wanted to be a vet. Mm-hmm. But there was no...
So you wanted to be a vet?
I wanted to be a vet. Yeah, I love horses and I've always done horse riding.
Yeah.
So it's a passion of mine. So I thought, you know what? If I cannot be a vet, at least I need to do something that I can afford to ride horses.
And I like that. Yeah. There you go.
So that's where, life takes you through different pathways and you just got to trust. The universe. And then, I decided to study international relations back in Brazil.
Fabulous.
And then moved to the U.S. I lived in the U.S. for 1 year and a half. I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, lived in Boston as well. And then I moved to Australia and
fabulous.
Started studying marketing, social media.
So tell me, Rebecca, obviously the early days in Brazil, is that where you were riding your horses?
Yes, I started riding horses when I was 5. I was obsessed with horses. I still am.
Yeah.
I started doing horse jumping and it's just something that is just brings me so much joy. And it's...
So as when you were in school, you were doing that, were you? And early days?
I would go to school and then in the afternoon I would spend the whole day with one of my horses. And fun fact, that's how I learned how to have discipline. I got really bad grades in math and my dad was like, okay, since you went bad in school, you're not riding for a month. And then never again. I was like an outstanding student because I was like, I need to keep riding.
Riding the horses. I tell you, like nothing like a bit of motivation to
absolutely
focus,
I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. I like watching the horses. I'm not very good at riding them, but I like watching horses. So that's really good. Fantastic. Yeah. So, and then obviously you went to the US. Was it with family or just by yourself?
I went to the US to study and then to just live, experience life. I really wanted to improve my English. And after that, I was like, okay, I need to stop dreaming and I need to think about my career and what I'm going to do with my life. So I decided to move to Sydney. I did my first diploma in digital marketing because I've always been very passionate about social media. And my dad was he still is a very successful graphic designer.
Oh, great.
And I think that was it's still in my genes.
Yeah, you got it in your genes.
He's very creative, so I definitely appreciate the fact that he passed it on to me. And then, I just started studying and started with digital marketing and then social media marketing, social media manager. And then I probably have around like 5 diplomas here in Sydney in digital marketing. And currently I'm doing a bachelor's degree in web design and business development.
Oh, fantastic. That's everything. Everything is covered now.
Oh my gosh. It's a lot of work. I don't recommend.
Look, no, I tell you what, I'm a big believer in education. I've done like multiple degrees and master's degrees. And some of them I work in and some of them I've moved on from, but doesn't matter what it is. I genuinely think that just learning is a great skill, and the more you know and the more you learn, it just opens your mind and you can do great things.
I think you are an amazing teacher. Like everyone around you, like you always pass on your knowledge and you're so supportive. I definitely see that about you.
Thank you. But this is not about me. This is about you. The podcast is about you. So look, you talked a bit about your marketing and doing all these courses and everything. And I've seen some of your work. You've got a natural creativity. And I think that's really important for people in marketing. is that, there's a bit of creativity. I don't have that. I'm more of a banker. I'm very good at numbers. But I think it's fantastic, to have the creativity. So tell me, what drives some of your passion in marketing, and what are some of the areas that you really enjoy working in?
I would say what really drives me to be creative is I really care about what matters to other people. So whenever I'm working with a client or with a brand, to me, it's very important that they receive the best outcome possible. And I'm really big on researching and trying to understand who am I speaking to and who am I creating, for example, a design or a website. It's very important that I fully immerse myself in the brand and the industry so that I can bring the best out of it. And I just love thinking outside the box. So I'm constantly thinking, okay, if I'm going to create a piece of like a landing page for a website, how can I think outside the box so that we make an impact?
Oh, fantastic. I think that's really good. And I'm one of those people who keeps scrolling on all the ads and clicking on them.
Do you buy a lot of things?
I do buy a lot of things, but sometimes I just like to click on the ads, see what they do, what landing pages they have, or what the questions are that they ask, the screening things. I find that, when I first started Emajin, I just did all of these myself. I would put the ads myself. And even now, I sometimes, I think you can get great ideas from seeing. Maybe that's what I do. I look at your work and then copy it now.
I actually really like your logo. I think it's so clever. And the name.
Yeah, EG.
It's a really
Imagine
good
Golf.
name.
Yeah. So there's a big backstory behind how we came up with the Emajin name, and we need a few glasses of wine for that.
Oh, love that.
So you can definitely hear that
story. And some
story.
dessert, because I know Raj loves a good cheesecake.
Absolutely. Some cheesecake and wine. I'll be eating the cheesecake. You can have the wine.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about Emajin. But tell me a bit. I mean, yours is so interesting as well. Somma Digital.
Yes.
So tell me what goes behind the name, and how did you come up with this name?
So I started Somma 3 years and a half ago, 3 years and 7 months ago.
Yeah.
And I just saw a gap in the market. I am very passionate about everything design, digital marketing, and web development. And I saw an opportunity with B2b businesses. I've noticed that everything is all about B2C when it comes to marketing, and there's no content, no information, or no experts working with B2B businesses. And so I saw the opportunity, took a leap of faith, and started Somma. So Somma stands for Social Media Marketing Agency.
Oh, fantastic.
And I really like the name because I think it's easy for everyone in with different backgrounds to pronounce. And to me, it's very important because obviously we have an accent, so it's very important.
Yeah, I always say it's not my fault that I have such a sexy accent.
We do, right? Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much that's how I started Somma. And also in Portuguese, Somma means to add.
Okay.
When you say soma, in Portuguese, it means you're adding to something. It's like some.
Like adding value.
Yeah.
Adding something.
That's what I always think. How can I add value to my clients or to people in general?
Yeah.
Even to my friends or as a person, how can you add value without asking for anything in return, right?
Yeah. Look, I'm a big believer in karma, and I always think of the same thing. You always add value to people, or if you can help, you try to help people. Because I always feel that it's like the circle of life, like this universe. What you put out there comes back to you in spades.
Yeah.
You put bad stuff out there, you're getting bad things. That's what I believe in. So I'm always very, very, worried. I'm always
but
worried
I see that
about
you
that.
live
That's why I live by those principles.
I love that. No, I think we are very aligned with some values. I think that's why we work really well.
Well, exactly. And the fact that we're both Gemini.
I know. Very close birthdays.
I'm a big believer that, sometimes people just click and then it just happens. You just get along with them so well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's because also, Raj, you and I, we are kind of complementary. When we sit down to talk, we can have fun, but also be serious about business.
Yeah.
I really like that.
And I like, exactly. I've got a very strong work ethic, and I think you have too.
Absolutely,
I think, because I remember I can't remember the first or second time we went out. We were out somewhere, and then you said, oh, look, one of my clients' websites, I need to go check something. And you were off to do some work in the middle of the night to try and fix it. And even then I was thinking, wow, that's fantastic. Yeah. Not many people would do that. They'll be like, I'll look at it tomorrow.
Oh, everywhere I go, I have to carry my laptop.
You carry your laptop and you're trying to edit something on the fly.
I'd say that it's more important than one of my arms. Like my laptop has to be with me all the time.
Yeah, people carry handbags. You just carry your laptop.
Oh, absolutely. I would honestly. Oh, I have a funny story. So once I traveled to Melbourne, and when you're about to land, that they tell you put your laptop in front of in front of you so we can land. And mind you, I was in business class, so you expect a better service. I put my laptop there, and I forgot.
Oh my God.
You have no idea how much I cried at the airport. I was like, and the lady was like, "Oh, there's nothing we can do." I was like, "You have no idea. That's my life."
What? It got lost?
Yeah, gone.
Oh, wow.
So I learned my lesson.
Because I've had that so many times. So I have this, people who know me know that I leave things everywhere. I just keep on forgetting things. And my phone, it's got lost so many times. It's unbelievable.
Really?
It's like I'll go in the airport, I'll be walking, I'll go to the ladies, I've left it in the counter there. Then I've left. Then I come back, oh my God, where is it? It's not there. And then I had the Virgin Australia lady page the entire airport and say, if you found this phone, you have to bring it to gate 36 because she's about to load this flight.
Did you get it?
Somebody came and returned it.
Oh my gosh,
Somebody came and
bless
returned it
them.
to gate 36 because my phone has got these this sign at the back which says, which it's got golf clubs on it. Like it's got a bunch of golf clubs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it says life is full of important decisions, but each
like,
club,
I better give it back.
each club they're all like right from the putter to the driver and all the other clubs in between. So I think it's quite unique. So if you see golf clubs in the back of the phone
It's
you
right.
found, bring it to gate 36. So it was, someone bought it. This is Australia. They return everything.
Yeah, look, I wasn't that lucky. And Qantas, if you're listening to this, please be nicer next time. I wasn't that lucky at all. The flight.
And I've left it as well, my phone in the front pocket, because they say,
Yeah.
put it in the front pocket. Like left my phone in there and then forgot it completely and walked out of the aircraft. But luckily, I had to get Uber. So I was like, where's my phone? I called the Uber and then I ran back and it was there.
I did the same thing. I ran back and they were like, no, closed. The flight is going to Brisbane now, the aircraft.
But surely they could run in and check that.
It was like the best MacBook you could possibly
somebody's
get.
got it. Somebody's working on it.
Oh, I was crying. You have no idea. Yeah, I made a scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Lesson learned. Maybe the universe was like, you need to learn the lesson.
Yeah, God was telling you to have a break, have a weekend.
No, God was like, you need to be more present. I think being present in the moment, like I need to learn that. I was too distracted. So now I put my laptop behind my back so I don't forget.
That's so funny. A great story. Anyway, look, tell me a bit more about Somma Digital. Like, what do you guys do? I know it's obviously digital marketing. You explained it. Tell me, the various areas. I mean, digital marketing is so big. What do you specialize in or what do you do?
So Somma is a digital marketing agency based in Sydney. We service B2b businesses across Australia, primarily in the metro areas of Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. We are specialized in web design, web development, social media marketing, SEO, branding, and everything graphic designs. Our main focus is helping businesses win the digital marathon with creative strategies that can position their brand, their business in a better way.
Oh, that's fantastic. Because this is what everybody talks about, right? We live in the age of social media and digital information getting out there. And anywhere you turn, you see so much content. We have a content overload. And I always think, what makes this stand out? What makes what you're producing and putting out there even resonate with people because they've got such a big overload? And, with people putting stuff on AI and people having some, VAs or someone putting some content out, it's really hard for it to resonate if you don't understand what it is you're looking to do. So I think it's really, it's great. And also the fact that you do all the areas, which is actually quite good because you probably get a similar footprint across all channels, whether it be Google or whether it be, social media or something.
Yeah, the whole idea is when we partner with other businesses, when we serve our clients, we become an extension of the business. So we are your marketing department. And the beauty of that is that we can provide you with so many different insights, perspective. And the most important thing is we deliver outcomes. So it's very outcome driven. And our goal is just to make sure that we're meeting the deadlines to support the business strategies and also their pace.
Yeah.
There's so many businesses that they need content for yesterday, or they need, for example, a car wrap design for this week. And that's the ability that we have. We can work in a very fast-paced
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great. And look, I worked with, as you know, with Imagine, we produce so much content, and I worked with different agencies in the past, and that's what I've always found hard, because where people, the care factor, people may produce some content or something, but usually it's like it never comes. I mean, it's days away, and the care factor. So, and I think that's really, that's really quite unique, and good on you for doing that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Look, it's always the way we approach digital marketing for especially for B2B businesses is that we really understand their target audience, their industry, and their business. We work with all the departments. So, for example, we work with the IT manager, we work with the sales team, we work with the HR, with the finance, with the CEO, so that we can understand all the different aspects of the business. And then we go home, we go to the office, we do our research, and then we go, okay, what are the insights? And then we do a lot of brain workshops, and we try to really put together a strategy that is just specific for the business, and most importantly for their audience.
Yeah.
Because if you try to speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So you really need to know, okay, who am I speaking to? What problems are we trying to solve? What are their challenges? And what are the solutions that they're seeking? Are we able to deliver? And if so, let's find them.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. That's so good, And I liked what you said about if you speak to everyone, you'll speak to no one, which is very good, because sometimes, people, I always say, it's like throw everything and see what sticks and then keep going with it. And a lot of businesses do that these days. But usually you find nothing sticks because you've thrown so many rubbish out there.
Yeah, and
You
people
can't-
get tired of it.
People get tired of it because you're trying to target every person.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in, focusing on who's your target audience or what the avatar looks like, and focusing on that, not from a marketing perspective. Obviously, I don't do marketing, but from a networking perspective,
Yeah.
or from a connection perspective, we look at the same thing. We say, who is the ideal audience? And to know that, you need to understand who your customer is or who your member is. And like, for example, you just said, oh, I'll look at B2B. There may be someone B2C, but they may not be the right connection for you. And always I find people have these tiers. This is my target segment. This is the size of business that I want to connect with. For example, if there's a big listed CEO of a $3 billion business and he's looking for an accounting firm, he's not going to go for the solopreneur accountant. Even though they're a great accountant, the fit is not there in terms of size or scale or industry. So that's always so important. Who is the person you're connecting someone to?
Yeah, and that's why research is key. Understanding the customer persona, understanding what is the audience demographics, what are they doing, what are they seeking, and more than ever, the biggest trend in marketing for 2025 is creating communities.
Yeah.
Understanding that people are seeking communities. They're seeking to be to feel understood, to have a sense of like, oh, I can build friendships now that I'm 35 or 40 or 50. That's why running clubs are being so popular right now, because people are seeking that opportunity to be part of something that it's meaningful to them, not just for the sake of buying a product or subscribing for a service.
Yeah, and totally agree. I mean, obviously, we are the same. We have a whole bunch of people who either in golf or want to get into golf or be golfers, and I find that doing an activity together, no matter what it is, whether it be golf or whether it be running or cycling, doing something together gives you a common purpose, gives you a reason to want to belong to this group versus some other group. It's a commonality.
I really feel that about Emajin.
Yeah.
I loved it. The first time I went there, I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah. And I think, look, it's good. And you fit it in straight away, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow, etc. But it's really good when you feel part of a community and when you can actually connect.
Yeah.
I think it's so powerful. And I think it's the same for any brand, like looking to target someone. It's great for them to feel some connection to the brand.
Yeah. And especially like nurturing your existing clients. It's very important that you give them some love, show them some appreciation from a different angle. Like, even if you created just a tailored, email marketing campaign saying, hey, I thought about your business. We have this new service that it could benefit. It's not only trying to get the sales, but also to say, we think about you, we care.
Yeah.
Even if you're small or medium or big, you need to be showing clients and showing your existing team that you care. It's very important.
Yeah, totally agree. Now, you told me that you specialize in B2B. What is the difference between like B2B or B2C? Is there a difference? And what does the specialization provide? Yeah.
Well, B2B stands for business to business,
Yeah,
and B2C, business to customers, right?
Yeah.
So with B2C, you're pretty much focusing more on products and trying to sell out to the general population or, the specific audience that you have. So digital marketing for B2C, it's pretty much like targeting a lot social media and paid ads and creating a lot of flyers and, marketing campaigns, selling products, so 20% off and Black Friday, that kind of like that type of digital marketing. Whereas B2B marketing, it's more focused on providing a lot of content based on thought leadership.
Yeah.
So everything related to B2B is different when it comes to digital marketing, because the main goal for B2B is to be positioned in a way that decision makers see you as the option, the trusted solution provider or service provider to work with. They might not be your client right now, but they need to remember you when they need you.
Yeah.
So with B2B marketing, it's very important that you are not, throwing a lot of content on social media just for the sake of creating content. You need to be very intentional. You need to be very professional, and you have to have a very clear positioning so that when decision makers or other businesses are looking for your service, they see you as the provider, not the last resort or just like someone that is running Google ads. Because it's all about trust.
Yeah.
In the B2B space, it's about building trust. It's about showing other businesses that you understand the market, you are a leader, or that you are very professional, that you have a track record, that you are the right partner. So with B2B marketing, our goal is to make sure that we have brand consistency across all channels, that you have a content that is professional, that is polished, not too polished, but it needs to convey the message correctly about what services and the solutions that you provide.
Yeah. Now, and that's so important, isn't it? Because in the end of the day, they're big projects, they're big businesses that are buying services from other businesses.
Absolutely.
So the timing is a big thing, because somebody's not going to just go and invest a whole amount of money because they saw a Google ad or a Facebook with something that's scrolled up. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the most important part about B2B is that your business's website is the most important asset when it comes to digital. Like if you are a service-based company and you are trying to attract more customers, your website needs to be on point.
Yeah.
Because even if I see your post on Instagram, even if you are trying to target business owners and decision makers, they might scroll on Instagram, they might scroll on TikTok and see your content. But ultimately, when it comes to making a decision, they're going to your website and they're going to try to understand who is the team behind, what's the story, where are they based, how does the website look, and that's very important that your website.
Yeah, it talks to who you are as a company, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. When it comes to B2B, I would say that the website, it's more important than having a beautiful Instagram profile. It's very important for a business that their website, it's professional, it's consistent, and it conveys the message correctly. I've seen businesses, and a majority of businesses that come to us, they are established. So businesses that have been around for 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
And they need a completely rebrand. They need to look better. They need to improve their positioning, and they need to improve the look and feel of the brand. And this is what we do best. We take a business that is established, trusted, and we transform to make sure that it's innovative, that it's creative, but that speaks to their correct audience. That it's not just, we just have a website. No, that website needs to convert. It needs to deliver the outcome that the business is seeking. So that,
and really position them as a trusted authority in that field, whatever it is.
Yeah,
isn't
absolutely.
It?
And look, the heavy lifting is all about we do the heavy lifting by working on the back end of the website, and we do also SEO.
Yeah.
So there's no point creating a beautiful website without an SEO plan. Like SEO, it's super important because ultimately everyone is using Google. People are now using AI to try to find websites and services. So it's very important that your website is ready for success on search engines like Google and also AI.
Yeah.
So that way when someone is tapping on ChatGPT, your business is ranking as well. Even social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram, they use SEO. So keyword research is very important. And again, it all goes back to who is your audience?
Yeah.
Do you know who you're talking to?
And where are
What are you
they?
targeting?
That's
Yeah.
where you got to go and find them.
And what are they looking for? You know, and it's very important that you understand what age group are you targeting.
Yeah.
Speaking to a group of like 30 years old in comparison to like a 40 years old, it's completely different. The language, the aspirations, the trends, and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. You talked a bit about AI over there as well as Google and SEO.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen with more people using ChatGPT or other AI tools?
Mm-hmm.
Will eventually this dominance of Google go away, like the Google SEO, not that big a deal? Would people go and search for things on a browser?
Look, I think it really depends. There is a shift happening. Before Google was owning everything. It was very like Google is the big boss in the space.
Yeah.
But now with all the changes and the new trends and even the search intent is changing, right? Now people don't rely anymore on Google reviews.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they rely on real information.
Yeah.
I want to see a real person telling me if that product or that service is actually worth it. So the search intent has changed. And I think it's very important for people and businesses to understand that with that change, it comes a shift in perspective to how should you position your brand from a way that people can find you. So for example, you need to be thinking about, okay, we need to be seen on Google and AI. How do we do that? The keyword research and making sure that all your profiles are consistent. I believe that Google, they are transforming the way their search engine works to adapt to this market and these changes in customer behavior. But ultimately, they're not going to go anywhere now. I think if anything happens, it's going to be in the next 5 years because AI is still... It's in a different stage now. Google is still very strong, and they are a massive
AI
company.
is just in its infancy, right? We haven't even started to scratch the
And
surface
Google
yet.
is not gonna throw the towel. They're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, sure, ChatGPT take over." No chance. They're gonna fight for it. And I think they are also adapting, and everyone is running like this digital marathon to see, okay, who is going to have the biggest market share. And I believe that Google is very relevant. However, there are other sources that are starting to emerge that they are expanding and they're gaining more momentum and more space in the market, such as TikTok, such as Reddit, and Pinterest.
Yeah.
Those platforms, they are really big on customer intent and the search. It's very important. And like, for example, my generation, we are heavily relying on TikTok for anything. So if I need anything nowadays, I go on TikTok and then I go on ChatGPT and then Google.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the generation, but I feel like all the platforms are gaining more strength with the changes and the...
And it's so interesting. And what do you think with B2B space? Are people still on TikTok? Or is it just for the younger generation?
Oh, no. Okay, I love TikTok. So
Yeah.
I always tell people around me that they should be jumping on TikTok because 5 years ago, TikTok was that platform for, entertainment and seeing kids dancing. However, that platform has changed.
Yeah.
And TikTok is now a really good source of information and a source of like real feedback. TikTok is actually better than Instagram and Facebook, I believe.
Yeah, no, because I keep seeing this thing all the time and even when you're having ad campaigns or, social media campaigns, TikTok is so much less expensive than
organic.
Facebook.
Yeah.
It's so organic, but also it's like much easier to put ads in there. And I've heard a lot about that, people have had some great successes. Not me personally, but I think maybe it's time to look it
TikTok
up.
works really well. Even
it.
for B2B, it works really well. However, the type of content that you create as a B2B business, it's not the same as if you were a personal brand or a B2C business. If you're selling a product, you definitely need to have a different strategy than if you're selling a service.
Yeah.
I think thought leadership content, not only focusing on educational, but providing insights and showing a little bit of, behind the scenes or just simple hacks or just different perspectives. I think it's very important. But there's a lot of TikTok is growing rapidly, and I feel like it's going to be, it's probably now already on top 3 platforms. I believe it's one of the best platforms if you want to see organic content, like real content. Go on TikTok because Instagram is very manipulated.
Yeah, Instagram these days there's too many pretty photos of things happening.
Yeah.
Very, very, what do you call it? Not Photoshop, but the equivalent of it for
Yeah.
video.
I usually say that Instagram is all about me, whereas TikTok is more like, okay, how can I learn? How can I share? And you get so much organic content from people that you have no idea.
Yeah.
And the platform, the algorithm is really good because it really studies you. So you can train the algorithm to show you what you really like. So for example, if you're into finance and you start consuming finance
Information,
content,
I get more. Yeah.
yeah, you receive more. And it's not only from Australia, you receive more content from the US or from Europe or from, Singapore. It really depends on what you're spending your time. The longer you stay on a video and you interact, the more the algorithm is going to understand that, oh, the person likes that. Okay, I'm going to show them more.
Yeah. And tell me a bit, I mean, talking about AI as well, you said that, obviously Google is quite dominant still, but how does how does getting your information up on AI work? Do you still have is there still search engines and is there still keyword searches? How does that work in AI?
What do you mean? Sorry.
No, so say for example, if I was searching up Imagine Golf or whatever, is it just trolling all the information on the web, isn't it?
Yeah, so
How does it? Yeah.
So pretty much what Google
Are there
does
campaigns that people can run to be shown on AI?
on AI.
Yeah.
So pretty much the way it works now. So ChatGPT, for example, it uses machine learning, right? So it's all about. I'm not a AI specialist, so I'm gonna be very careful.
Yeah.
But pretty much it just searches the web and
Yeah.
it's what's ranking and what's relevant to your
Query and it gives it to you.
Yeah, and that's why it's very important that you're constantly creating blog posts. You're constantly working on your SEO, your keywords. And SEO, it's a beast.
Yeah,
It's like people think, oh, just work on some
Put some blogs over
meta
there.
tags or blogs. Yeah, no, it's
No.
honestly my SEO team is absolutely amazing. It's not just because it's my team, but we make sure that we really get results.
Yeah.
And we rank like top 5 on Google. And now working with AI, the whole idea is to make sure that AI can identify that is relevant.
Yeah.
Because if you're not ranking also in ChatGPT, what's the point?
Yeah.
You need to be ranking. You need to be
Yeah.
visible. Even did you know that even TikTok content is ranking on Google?
I'm telling you, because I go in there and put
Yeah.
anything, and the TikTok and Instagram, they all come up first. Like if you go type in the Imagine Golf, all the social media platforms come in first.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, my website comes up as well, but it's your content on other platforms come up a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's
So
very
obviously,
important,
And I find that if I type Raj Narayan, my LinkedIn comes up first.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
a
because I
social
posted so
platform,
much
yeah.
on there.
And let's not forget, right? LinkedIn is amazing for B2b.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
important. But I just feel a little bit, sometimes LinkedIn can be a little bit cringe.
Yeah. But the reality is, look, I used to be that person.
Yeah.
When I started Imagine, I didn't even have an Instagram account. I set up one. It was like TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok account. I got to go set up one. And LinkedIn, I had one, but I think I had, 200 followers or something. Because being in large corporate, you don't really work on your LinkedIn like how you would being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
When you're on a large corporate, what do I got to do? Post about Westpac? Like they all know what it is. And I'm doing transactions with large corporates. So it's always, it's all about the pricing, the covenants. So the way you sell business is quite different to me building a personal brand about my business. So it was quite different. And coming into more of a B2C, even though we deal with businesses, we actually deal with individuals, the people who come to our events as well. So it's been quite an eye-opener for me. So I started building LinkedIn first. I was like, that's it. And every day I post, as you've seen.
Yeah, I see.
Most people who know me say, oh my God, I've got so many posts of you. But I tell you, early in the day, I used to cringe. I used to go, what is this? And I had this, I got some advice from Ahmed Imam. He's a big influencer on LinkedIn. He's got 1 million followers and he was a keynote presenter at one of my events. And then when he spoke about what he did on LinkedIn, I thought, oh, this is what I'm going to do. And I used to just cringe. I'd be like, really? Putting more and more posts of yourself and more videos of yourself? It just looks so conceited. But the reality is, my LinkedIn at the moment, I get inbound queries. People talk about going on LinkedIn and going on Sales Navigator and trolling other people and trying to connect. Many businesses do this to get business.
Yeah.
In my LinkedIn, I get people connecting with me saying, hey, can I learn something more about Imagine? Can you tell me something more about Imagine?
That's awesome.
When do you get inbound? Never.
Yeah.
Who messages you and says, please, can I have a meeting to talk to you about Imagine Golf? And I get that now. So now I keep on pushing more and more content because obviously, if someone doesn't want to see
Yeah.
it, they can unfollow me and
Oh,
go see something else.
I
Like, I
love
don't
seeing
care.
your content.
That's what I think. But I
Yeah.
think you have to be out there. These days, there's so much information. If you're not out there producing and putting a lot of
I
content
know,
out
yeah.
there, you're gonna just be lost. You're gonna be a
Absolutely.
nobody.
Yeah.
Who's gonna come and do business with you if you're just a nobody?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
No,
So,
absolutely.
and then I've started working on Instagram, Facebook. We do ads, we do a lot of stuff. But you need to be out there. You need, especially in businesses, whoever the business owner is or some key person needs to be visible, needs to be out there talking, because
Yeah.
brands can't talk for themselves. You got to talk for them with the brand.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Like, there's got to be a face. You got to be someone there talking about it. And we spent a lot of time and effort working out who would be the face of the brand. Initially, I didn't want it to be me. I hired Ben. Ben
Oh,
Downey.
Ben, yeah.
I was like, because I said, Ben is on TV.
He's
He
very
can be-"
likable,
Yeah, I
yeah.
said, Ben is on TV. He's
Yeah.
got to be the face of the brand. But it never resonated, only because Ben is not in the business as much as I am. I'm the one having all the meetings. I'm the one going everywhere.
Right,
So-
it has to be you.
Well, now it looks obvious, but at the time, I really didn't want it. I was
The
like, oh, no,
queen
no, no.
of networking.
I don't have time for this. But now, not time, but I just didn't want to be so visible, because I was like,
It's not like you.
I feel like saying I like to be more private, but it sounds, not genuine now, because I'm out on the, I've got so many posts about myself.
Yeah.
But that's how, what I'm saying is the mindset has changed. That's how I was when I started, and this is how I am now when I've been here. And you realize that this is what you got to do to be successful.
I
So I
know.
just do it. That's it.
I know.
I'm a big believer. I always say in my office and everything, like whatever needs to be done. If I need to take the trash out, that's what I do. Whatever the job is,
Absolutely, yeah.
for me to be
do
successful,
it.
that's what I'm doing. Because I had some customer email me, and I had responded to all the messages. He said, I was so surprised to receive a message within half an hour of my message or whatever. You messaged me on the weekend. And I said, mate, I messaged you within 5 minutes usually. I must have probably having a bit of a rest. And I find that you're the same. You got that great work ethic as well, where you're always, doing stuff and looking after your clients, which is fantastic. So tell me, Rebecca, what's in the future? What's coming up in the next 5 years, next 3.5 years
For
your
Somma.
business, for Somma?
Absolutely.
For Somma and for you. For
me,
you, there's more golf, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. I would say that we're definitely looking to definitely branding. The power of branding is very important. I mean, we love web design. I love web design. So that's also something that we really care about. Creating amazing websites that they're just like the Porsche of the websites.
Yeah.
That's our standard. If it's not a Porsche or, a Ferrari, we're not
Doing
delivering. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
our standard. But definitely branding. I think more than ever we're pushing brands, and we love working with B2b businesses. That's definitely a passion to work with different industries. So we work with industries across different sections. So we work with cleaning, commercial cleaning,
Yeah.
IT, fleet maintenance, pet insurance. We also do work with real estate, law firms, accounting. Now we started with a few mining companies. So it's very amazing to have the opportunity to work with different industries. So you get to experience and learn from other perspectives. And I think that's fascinating about marketing, that you are able to just continue to adapt and evolve and learn. And every time I start working with a new business from a different industry, I'm like mind blown about what they do.
Yeah.
Because it's usually a new universe that you just unlock. It's like you unlock a new door and you're like, wow, this is what you guys do. Okay, now I get it, why it's so important.
Yeah.
Now, and it's I think I'm very passionate about this side as well, about, translating all the amazing stuff, that the services and what they do for their clients into an amazing brand, into an amazing design, amazing website, so that more people can be impacted. So very important.
Oh, so fantastic. That sounds amazing. And your clients are very, very lucky to be working with you. That's awesome. And look, it's been fantastic to have you here, and it's been fantastic to chat, learn more about you, more about Somma. But what I thought I'll finish up with is maybe, if you have any advice or any suggestions for business owners wanting to build their brand or build their visibility in the market.
My first advice would be to really focus on your value proposition. So clearly understanding with you and your team, what is your mission, your vision, and what do you stand for? What is the main focus of the business? As I said, if you try to speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So have a clear understanding of where you guys are going, what are you guys doing, and for who. It's very important that you study and you do a lot of research about your ideal client, your target audience, and the demographics. Well, my second advice for businesses looking at digital marketing is to have a clear understanding of their digital footprint. Consistency is key when it comes to building a professional visual identity and making sure that you are represented in a very professional way. Everyone says that they are a leader in the industry, but are they really? So it's very important that you are consistent across all platforms, that your brand looks strong, that looks very professional, so that you can give the trust that your potential clients are seeking. So I would say that consistency and having a clear visual appealing to your brand. And my third advice is for businesses not to get caught up with the content creation for social media. You do not need to be everywhere to be seen, to get new clients. You need to be in the right platforms. So focus on the platforms that are going to help your business move forward and to be in front of the right audience. So if you can afford to be in 3 different platforms, great. But if you only have time to be in one, focus on the one that really is going to be supporting your business for the long term. And if you cannot do anything, call Somma.
I love it, absolutely. And look, these days, especially with digital marketing and digital social media, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Absolutely.
So it's not about producing content one day. It's producing it consistently day after day,
It's a slow
month
burning
after month.
candle.
And this is where it's really great to have the resources to be able to do it. Like, you talked about a cleaning business. If I'm running a cleaning business, I'm great at cleaning, not necessarily at producing content and putting content. And that's where, it's great to have. I'm a big believer that you bring in experts and let them do the jobs.
And that's
help
the
you.
biggest difference between hiring an inside person just to do the marketing role, which is great. But if you have a digital marketing agency, it can just support you by having all the experts in one place for you. And then you don't have to worry, but what if we need web design? What if we need SEO? It's just that support. But I would say that for every business owner out there listening to this, just focus on having consistency, having a clear slogan, make sure that your colors are looking good, that every platform looks the same, so you can be clear about what you do and who you're serving. That's a great starting point. And if you can focus on having an amazing website, that's the second part. And the rest is just keep doing what you're doing, because honestly, running a business is not easy. And if you are running one, I'm proud of you.
Same, I totally agree. Rebecca, it's been so good chatting with you. Thank you for sharing some valuable advice. I'm sure this is fabulous. Me. Yeah, no, fantastic to have you.
Thank you, Raj.
Next time, see you on the golf course.
Honestly, Raj is such a legend because she inspires me a lot with networking. And I would say that you're definitely like a role model as a woman in business. So thank you for inviting me and for, hosting this amazing podcast.
Oh, thank you so much.